Okay. Sup guys, this is 20th Century Fox Faggot again, and yes, I have made another video this time, but this time with our special guest again.
Psycho4Years,
Alright, so
aka Leon, but just call us Todd if you like.
alright, so this was this was requested by my friend Psycho4Years in general. He wanted me to talk about more about the Konami one because he told me many many stupid things about Konami in general, like I think one of them is like on
Pachinko.
yeah, the pachinko, the Metal Gear Survive, and how, you know, all
Konami's being treated like prisoners, Silent Hills has been cancelled, Ground
Yeah.
Zero's been long as hell, I mean short as hell, you can beat it in like an hour, and what other thing? Oh yeah, the treatment of Hideo Kojima himself.
He's going with you.
yeah.
So
Alright.
yes, say whatever you want.
Alright, so let's get into it. Let's just start off. First, let's talk about the pachinko machine. So if you don't know what pachinko is pachinko, whatever, or what it is like, it's one of those Japanese slot machines, like you play in, like, I don't know, like in fancy if you know how to play slot, if you've seen slot machines, then it's pretty much that, but like with like a movie on you.
Just Japanese, really.
And there's like a movie in front of you. So like if you get correct or whatever, there's a special cutscene that like does it for you. But like just like what like
Looks like you've gotten used to working with quiet.
so
I don't see a problem
but
with giving her some
about the pachinko, honestly, it's basically, at first when you watch the trailer, it's like, oh, that looks so amazing, that looks really amazing, like the graphics look really amazing, but until you realize the truth about it, it's only the slot machine. And because of that, everyone was just like so disappointed. Like,
Because let's say it like this, Silent Hills is being cancelled. Like,
with that nose of his, he can sniff
like,
out and mark nearby enemies and
PT
prisoners.
is the only thing you're gonna get that's close to Silent Hills. When you look at the Pachinko machines, like,
When he locates something,
oh my god, new freaking Silent Hills game is just a freaking slot machine. Like, what the hell? Why, Konami? Metal Gear Solid 3 Pachinko? Like, people have been begging for, what, remake or something? And, what do? They just make a big pachinko machine out of it. Like, what the hell?
like as if they haven't done anything better.
The only other thing about pachinko that I gotta say is that they seem to be really obsessed over the pachinko machines. Like, the CEO is just not giving a shit about his workers at all. It's just all bothered about really just those freaking pachinko machines getting paid.
Like,
It's just really ridiculous.
yeah.
And what I gotta say as well is just, but here's the next thing. Metal Gear Survive. I'm gonna let 20th say his opinion.
Honestly, well, but first let me say, like, honestly, I think honestly the budget, those graphics should be just. I think the budget on that Pachinko was just wasted completely. Like, look at those graphics. That could have just been like a movie or like a remake of for a PS4. But you know what they did? It was look at a big Pachinko machine. Yeah, money well spent. Anyway, Metal Gear Survive. Okay, at first I thought it was like, oh, there's a new Metal Gear coming out. Oh my shit. Like, but then you realize the truth of it again. It's a freaking zombie game. Like, think of it. What kind of? Even though I don't play Metal Gear so often, I would play the one on the PS3, the fourth one. But dude, I've never seen a zombies in Metal Gear whatsoever, with the exception of Phantom's Pain, which if you count like one of the puppets on. But like not every game has to have zombies, right? Like. Oh, and don't get me started in the gameplay too. The gameplay is like literally the same. The gameplay is like a mod of Metal Gear Solid 5 because everything is the same. Just different characters and just you fight zombies in general. I mean, I have to admit that the fact that you get to use your machete was cool, but still, that should be in another game. And another thing is just this is not. It should have just been called Survive in general instead of just Metal Gear. They just slapped Metal Gear so like it's like just get people attention or whatever. But like in reality, it should just been called Survive. What do you think about Psycho4Years about Metal Gear Survive?
Okay, first off, one, if you really want your fans' trust back, make anything a freaking zombie game that, like, how is a game that's about playing as either a son or the best soldier in the world and trying to stop any kind of political problems in the world, like the Cold War or the twin stealing a nuclear weapon to get the remains of the best soldier in the world. Like, how is that fitting to a game that's about zombies from another dimension? Like, what the hell? Like, I know 5 had, like, wandering puppets and the Skull Soldiers, but they were more of just one enemy, really. And not to mention, but the fact that they're the main villain in this game.
The map
And,
has been updated.
Yeah, the fact that the main villain in this game, it's just like really being a piss kid. And also, here's one other thing.
Enemy presence detected.
What is it?
It's just to
The
read
map has
the
been
map
updated.
of Afghanistan. It's just the same thing, actually. Like people just said, it's just freaking reuse the same exact map. No differences done. Just the only thing that's really done is go up and the fact that you have to use your own supplies and barricades and how it
Enemy
affects
presence detected.
really just
The map
shit.
has been updated.
And I don't think Africa is in the game either, but yeah.
Like,
Here's one thing that could be developed. So, if you're gonna have this type of co-op game, at least be something about zombies. Like, why can't it be robots or cyborgs? Actually, I mean, there's been 3 cyborg ninjas in the games. We have Grey Fox, we have Olga, we have Raiden, or just any other type of robots in the Revengeance games. Like, why can't we have one of those instead of zombies?
agreed.
Okay, next point.
Yeah. Next point.
Hideo Kojima's creep.
Like, oh wait, about Hideo Kojima, like,
Just to be able to creep. Like, Konami, why was it such a good idea just to not allow him to go to E3? Why was
He's
it
coming
such
too.
a good
Roger
idea
that.
to list him uncredited on his own last video game at your company? Why was it such a good idea to not let him finish his game and just literally never ever releasing his DLC. Instead, you just do freaking microtransactions, and last but not least, but make such a shit spin-off.
Right. Honestly, if from what I heard, Hideo Kojima, he can't get Metal Gear back. Like, from like what I heard, just
Apparently, they are keeping it until something good happens, but really, everything's wait until they just die soon.
right.
Because they even know people aren't really treating them very good, so really they're just waiting until to die.
Right. Yeah, I don't know much. I don't know much about the Konami treating them as prisoners because I didn't pay attention to that one. But like still, like first of all, from what I heard, Metal Gear they didn't even finish Metal Gear like 5's because I think from what I heard. Okay, guys, this is gonna be a spoiler, but like I think they didn't finish the ending from what I heard.
Yes, they didn't. In the rushed ending instead, that was just only there for shock value. But really, that's all you gotta do, really. Not only Kojima's being treated really shit, but also the other staff members as well. Like, why are you putting phone cables out? Why are you not letting them use the internet? Why are you putting cameras to monitor them?
Like prisoners, like seriously, like
Exactly.
like out of all the companies I've just I don't know what to say, Leon. Oh, and also I forgot to mention
Targets have been
did you,
deployed.
that they were like so hyped for it. Like it looks so good. Even I watched around the gameplay videos. It looks so good, but then they just canceled it.
It was really cancelled because I don't know. How about the fact that
Enemy presence
Guillermo
detected.
del Toro and Norman Reedus were too over budget to keep in their game, and last but not least, well, hey, that's pretty much why Death Stranding is coming out now.
Just
And here's another fun thing as well. The fact that you Konami are going right, here's one thing that really bugs me as well. Konami, why?
like they had one job. They had one job and they failed to do that.
Right, here's just the final nail on the coffin, by the way. Right, Konami, why was it a genius idea to go ahead outside of the internet, why was it such a good idea to go ahead and note yourself says like, actually, I'm trying to remember how I'll say again. Shit. Hang on, you say something so I can remember.
Like I think from what I think like Silent Hill is just when wait where were we? I was kind of lost, but like I think because ever since they were just like I don't just well I forgot to tell you that from what I heard is that Konami instead of making like budget games they just like make a lot of like mobile ports like like iPhones and Androids and such shit like instead of that I mean Konami you had like one job you just want to make people happy but you know what you did you just shit their faces like by giving this poor excuse of like of a game and then just canceling the good games like Silent Hill just because of budget reasons. First of all, that's like one of the worst reasons I've heard for quite a while. Just for budget reasons. If it's for budget reasons, why make it? Why make it then? Right?
But he is one thing as well, and he is probably one questionable thing. Okay, Castlevania, Bomberman. He is one thing. If Metal Gear is such your prized possession, here's one thing. Why are you shutting down Metal Gear Solid remakes and Metal Gear 1 remakes? Like, do you know your old voice actor David Hayter was voicing acting in those games? And last but not least, I mean, like, Kiefer Sutherland is such a great actor. Why is like is he better than David Hayter to you? And not to mention, like, probably some kind of prediction. Remember that mission in Ground Zeroes where you gotta remove every trace of Metal Gear Solid in Konami?
Right.
I think this is them telling us about this, by the way, and not to mention, here's something I gotta say as well. Kojima, if you're watching this, I'm about to say your reaction. Konami. Wanna know what Kojima says about Metal Gear Survive?
What?
He says it's totally irrelevant to the type of game that you're making, and it is completely laughable. But here's another thing as well that he said. He's got his own cup, by the way, and it's even labeled Konami tears. So if you want to spread any more tears, then you're happy to share some of your tears.
Yeah, but like, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think I know a single person that likes Metal Gear Survive because they know it's one of the shittiest games. Like, honestly, I don't know why. I think this one fat friend. I think he might have some likes about Metal Gear Survive, the zombie games, but like, but I don't know. Even for like a zombie fan, I don't think that they would even like it either, because they know how shit it really is. This, I mean, like, that's all I could say for today, other than the fact that Konami really lost their shit together, to be honest.
But actually, hang on, I'm gonna go on Google for a minute.
Good job, Konami. You fucked your fans up completely. First, you make a shitty Panchico machine that was so disappointing. I mean, the models look great in general, I have to admit that, but like, and then you make Metal Gear Survive, which was just so unnecessary, because was just so unnecessary. And then you treat your Konamis like they were freaking prisoners, and then you canceled Silent Hill, and then because of just
you cancel Silent Hills because you think Guillermo del Toro and Hideo Kojima and Norman Reedus won't do a good job. And here's what, and I finally remembered what I was about to say. It's not much of a thing, but I think I should say it anyway. Konami, if you're gonna make some kind of teaser, a playable teaser, or in this case a demo to your last good game, which was Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, which can be beaten in an hour. Let me ask you this: why did you fully price this as a normal game? Like, the last time I could think of a game like this was Dead Rising 2 K0. Like, that had like the same amount of content in the game, and guess what? It was $5. How much is Ground Zeroes? 40. Well, 20 or 17 now, just that times passed. But still, was it a really good idea to price it as $40?
Honestly.
And here's another thing as well about Ground Zeroes as well. Why did you had to have exclusive great missions and miss them out on Phantom Pain? Like Xbox, you play as Raiden and you... Actually, this is gonna be a weird one to say. The exterminate alien body snatchers, and in the PS4 version you play as Solid Snake, and you're supposed to remove every trace of Metal Gear. Like, why? Just why?
Right. Yeah. Honestly, that's all I could say for today. Like, I don't know what's up with Konami's head. Honestly, like, first of all, like, I mean, don't start a new game if you don't finish it. Like, honestly, I don't. Let's be honest. I don't play Ground Zero too often. I have it, but I never play it. But like, I already know this was just like
beaten it in an hour.
Yeah.
And one guy, he's beaten it in 6 minutes. Literally 6 minutes. And there's another thing as well. People are just like listing it as one of the worst games in 2014, even though it's like, they say it's played well. But here's one thing: if it's going to be like, if it's going to be a demo and you can beat it in like an hour, there's like 4 side missions as well. Here's one thing as well, Konami. Metal Gear Solid 5, by the way, why does the story suck so much? Like, why is Snake almost silent throughout the entire game?
Oh yeah, I just noticed that. Like, I don't remember Snake being this quiet. I remember I think he used to talk a lot in Snake, the third one.
Why is quiet used as an object when later on in the game they have a relationship? Why? What happened to Os? What happened to Ocelot? Like, he was first a Russian spy, but now he's somehow a good guy. And last but not least, this is because of the ending. Operation Intrude N313. Why can't you make a scene of Solid Snake going into Venom Snake's base? And one last thing as well. Why can't you
Boss, we were right.
why can't you just make a very better story? Like, why can't you like tell us how Venom Snake turned into the first bad guy in the first Metal Gear? Why can't you tell us where Eva and Ocelot were around that time as well? But yeah, I think that's all we could say.
Yeah, let me ask you. Let me correct you. Let me ask you this real quick. Like, let me like answer your question real quick. Cause like, I mean, Quiet isn't really treated as an object. She's like treated more like, you know, an animal. Like, but I could be wrong though. But I think she was kind of treated like somewhat of an animal. But Just like, I mean, like, just where is Big Boss generally? Like, what happened to him in Metal Gear Solid 5? Honestly.
Oh, he escaped. He used you as some kind of decoy, actually, so he could escape safely while everyone was onto you. That was basically what happened. But in this case, they don't really show like how punished Snake was the first bad guy in Metal Gear, but one misconception, like the one big weird twist that I get is Paz is still alive. I'm not kidding. If you look at the end of Ground Zeroes, Paz gets blown up. But if you go on the Phantom Pain, if you go in the medical center and if you go into this door, you will go into a room with Paz, and it turns out she didn't really blow up. You actually got the other explosive out, and when she jumps out, the other rocket launcher that was next to you, it actually shot a rocket launcher. Like, can you like gee, I know Metal Gear is known for being confusing, but I didn't think it would be this confusing.
Like, the timeline is just, I don't know, the timeline was just fucked, honestly. Like,
no, the timeline's just fine. It's just
it's so confusing.
the story. It's just so fucked up. Like, why is like, how is Liquid Snake living inside another man's arm? How is
And another spoiler. Another spoiler. Where is Liquid Snake in Metal Gear Solid 5? I heard he was the kid.
Oh, he escapes and Salanthus.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we're just going off now. I think this is what we need to talk about. I think we need to finish here.
Alright. But anyway, that's all I could say for today. Like, what is your take on this? Like, what do you think about Konami in general? And
Hashtag fuck Konami. There you go.
yeah. And do you think Hideo Kojima should get back a Metal Gear Solid and make like a sequel or whatever, like a true sequel, not just some random game like Metal Gear Survive? Anyway, this is all I could say for today. And if you like what you see, like, comment, rate, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Bye.